Hello, my name is Kyle Roderick Ridley, and you are my father. Prepare to die. Yep, it's Rose-Colored Classist, a comedy podcast where the host has not stabbed his parents. I've thought about stabbing my parents, but I never did it. And isn't that great? It's episode 70, and what a pod it'll be. What a great pod it'll be. No, I'm a little overwhelmed. I'm a little overwhelmed right now after this fucking weekend of mayhem. I was about to record yesterday, Sunday. Today is Monday, 9 p.m. And I was about to record, and then all this news just fell right down on me. And it's heavy, man. I learned that Rob Reiner and his wife were stabbed to death by their son, Nick Reiner. And, oh my God, it's the worst thing. Nick Reiner being held at $4 million bail right over in Men's Central Jail. Yeah, $4 million. What a movie should cost to make. No, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, guys. The jokes it's troubling because, I mean, this guy killed his parents on Hanukkah. Really put the hole in holiday. He did a little more than nick him, actually. No, it's very troubling news, and I've decided to take a step back and write about 10, 15 minutes of material on this shit. You've heard a little bit of it already, and it's the way I deal. No, this is crazy. This is so crazy. I mean, having Rob Reiner die like this really makes you think about his filmography. Really makes you think about Rob Reiner's filmography. What's my favorite movie by Rob Reiner? What is it? It's Stabbed by Me. What was it? What was the other one that I really liked? When Harry Cleaved Sally. Is that the one I liked? You ever heard of The Princess Blade? I referenced that up top. Yeah, and so it goes in like a knife. It was so horrible. I mean, gosh. I mean, I love so many of his movies. What is that recent one he filmed? LBJ? What does LBJ stand for? It stands for Lacerate, Butcher, Jugular. Really, Spinal, a little more than Tap. Yeah, I think that being murdered was not on Rob Reiner's bucket list. There it is. Yeah, rumor has it that Nick Reiner, 31, had issues with drugs. Yeah, he had a few good meth. Yeah, I'm going to repeat it. A few good meth. You can't handle the wounds. No, he had issues. He had issues with drugs and pointy objects and stabbed his father and mother in Brentwood. He stabbed his father and mother in Brentwood Sunday evening, which is why there was traffic at that time. No, if you were wondering, I mean, sometimes in California, you'll be in traffic and you'll think to yourself, like, this better be something serious. You know, there's something big better be happening to cause this traffic, and I just want to let you know there was. If you were in Brentwood at the time and you were just stuck in traffic, you were like, what the it's because of that. Yeah. It's a common thought. It's the only reason I mention it. I hear a California guy just trying to stay local. No, it's so crazy. Their son who just turned 31, killed his parents, not with a gun, with a knife. And it's troubling because I just turned 31, and it's really made me contemplate everything that's, going on with my life and my family. And I will say 31, it is a great age to stab your parents. It's a good age, because you pretty much know if you're going to be successful or not at this point. Like, I know I'm not going to be successful at 31. I figured it out. I've had my 20s. I figured out what my issues are. I've tried my best to deal with them. I had the big moment at 30, see if that would change things. And, I played it all out. I played my 30th year out, and I pretty much know how it's all going to work out. And for Nick, I think he knew that as well, and he made the decision he had to. And he made the decision he had to stab his parents. It's the only reasonable decision to make at 31, and you're not going to make it. Stab your parents. No, he had a history of drug abuse. That's really what it was about. He had a history of drug abuse and reportedly was a huge fan of the Tim Dillon Show. That's a well-known fact. They've established that, actually. No, he heard the last few episodes where Timmy D talked about that guy in Long Island who murdered his parents in a deli, and he must have inspired Nick. Must have inspired him to do it. Yeah, the Big D shared that story and encouraged the behavior. No. Nick Reiner listened to Tim Dillon, and Tim Dillon's to blame. That's what I believe. No, he listened to Nick Fuentes. He listened to Tucker Carlson. He may have heard that bit I've done about wanting to murder my own father. And I'm just saying the media is to blame. I just want to make that clear. Just making that clear right now. The media is to blame for this. All right, don't blame the drug-addicted Nepo baby with the absent father. Okay? Blame the media. I mean, this situation, I think Tim Dillon covered it. This could have happened to any normal podcast enthusiast. Any normal podcast enthusiast could have murdered their parents like this. And I'll be serious about this for a second. I will on my comedy podcast. This is the serious time. And this probably isn't my dig. It's probably not something I should be involved in. I have my own personal fantasies about, murdering people, murdering my father. I sometimes I fantasize about murdering my Dalmatian every time he eats something very expensive that could poison him. Yeah, and to dwell on this story personally, it's probably not good for my mental health. Probably not good for my mental health. I mean, I would probably find a lot of justification for this murder if I honestly thought about it, and that's not an opinion that should be heard. Nobody right now needs to justify or make excuses for this horrible, horrible killing. It's in bad taste. It's wrong. It's morally wrong. It's cheap, obvious, and pretty unoriginal. Like Rob Reiner's movies. No, I'm kidding. Gosh, I mean, look. I mean, you really look at this story. I mean, what is it our business? I mean, how is this even our business? It's so obvious how this played out. It's so obvious. I mean, this is clearly a long time coming. All right, this is the last time Rob Reiner tried to save his kid from drug abuse, and it's a classic story. Getting murdered by your son is actually a classic story. And either it was about drugs or Nick was standing up for the Palestinian people and murdering a Zionist. Anyone think about that? No, Nick Reiner was a conservative fighting against a leader of the woke agenda. And that's why he killed him. This is what liberalism does, everybody. This is what happens to liberals. Okay, I can't wait to hear Matt Walsh say this tomorrow. This is what liberalism does. Okay, this is what it does. It turns your kids into drug addicts who kill you. This is what happens to liberals. Yeah, Matt Walsh is just gonna get on the fucking pod, stand up in his chair, go, "The liberalism murdered the Reiners. Liberalism did it." Yeah, Michael Knowles and the Daily Wire are all going to stand up in their chairs and just blame the woke ideology. Right on. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about doing this. I'm so sorry. I mean, this is a tragedy. This is a tragedy. And let me just say that, like, no matter what you think about Rob Reiner and his work, like, whether you think that Princess Bride is the only good movie, it is. Whether you... whether you believe that he was a terrible actor, he was, and, whether you believe he had really insufficient political opinions, that's true. Let me just say that, getting murdered by your own kid, that, I think it's on you. No, I think it's on you. I think if you get murdered by your own child, it's your fault. I'm going to repeat it so I'm 100% serious about it. If you get murdered by your own kid, you probably had something to do with it. No. No, seriously, getting murdered by your own son, it's like an ancient story. Actually, it's a classic rich king story. I mean, really, Reiner, he's such a fan of the drama, such a fan of the art. His life played out like Oedipus. I really do consider this a big failure of his. I really do consider getting murdered by your own son a huge, huge failure. Seems like something you should have known was going to happen. Seemed like something you should have been on top of. I mean, dude. Teaching your kid not to murder you in cold blood, it's probably like in the top 5 things you should teach your kid. Maybe even number 1. Maybe even like the number 1 thing you should teach your kid is not to murder you. Or other people, for that fact. There's teaching your kid to walk and then teaching your kid not to shit in his pants, and then there's teaching your kid not to murder people in cold blood. Yeah, this is an awful story. And I honestly think it ruins Rob Reiner's legacy. I actually think it does that. I mean, tons of people looked up. They looked up to Rob Reiner as a person, as an individual, a thinker, someone to be trusted. And, considering how it all ended, it's hard to, really casts a shadow on all his TV appearances. Now, I think you really lose a lot of street cred when your son murders you. Yeah, I mean, he was supposed to be this wise person, and we're all supposed to listen to him and take advice from him. But if you can't convince your own drug-addicted son not to murder you, I mean, you probably couldn't figure much out. I mean, he had all the resources. He had all the opportunity. Evidently, he sent this kid to rehab 15 fucking times. And rehab's been a scam since, I don't know, its inception. You couldn't figure that one out, Robbie? Couldn't figure out that the rehabs by the 14th, 13th, 12th, 10th, 11th, you didn't figure out it was a scam and not going to work? Big L. This one's a big L. Big, real bad list of credits. Yeah. Put this on his IMDb page, huh? How about that? Now, this is what really bugs me about this situation. You can just, chalk it up to his son being some kind of methed up, insane person. But, I know drug addicts, all right? I lived in my car for 5 years in Southern California, okay? I live on Hollywood Boulevard right now. I mean, I can't stop smoking pot. I have a DUI. I know drug addicts. I've met them. Rich and poor drug addicts. And I am one. And let's just say that most drug addicts, they really appreciate their parents for the most part. Okay? For the most part. Most of the time, they're ashamed that they can't live up to their parents' desires for their life. And really, when they die, that's when their addiction, turned for the worst. I mean, not all of their parents molest them. Okay? Not all of them. I mean, most addicts, when you talk to them, they're like, yeah, my parents tried. They tried their best, but I just couldn't do it. I just wouldn't listen. It's really all on me at the end of the day. Or they're just, completely out of their mind, and they should be wrapped up in plastic, put in the paddy wagon, sent away to the fucking asylum. But, how, come on, if it was that, you'd think that Rob Reiner would pick up on it? I mean, how dumb was this guy? How dumb is it? How dumb is it to raise a homeless drug addict and then let them kill you? I mean, come on, one or the other. One or the other. Have a homeless drug addict kid, or have a kid who murders you. It feels to me like they made some mistakes, especially right near the end. Yeah, crazy. Actually, there's some reporting that that the night before on Saturday that Nick and Rob, the Reiners, they had a really big argument at Conan O'Brien's house. They had a really big argument the night before the stabbing at Conan O'Brien's house. And if we're serious, if we look at it again, this is probably all Conan O'Brien's fault. That clown, that tall fucking clown. This is all on him. I'm going to blame him. No, they were probably having some big argument, and they're, Conan's just sitting there. Waiting to, throw out some line. Probably finds a moment. And it's like, wow, dude, if you're going to say that, you might as well murder him. And then, the joke fell flat in the moment. But the light in Nick's eyes finally. Holy shit. What a weekend of mayhem, right? Come on, hold fast. Defend yourself. There's a, shooting at the beach. Shooting at the school. For God's sake, there's a fucking manhunt going on for this guy. Jesus Christ. The holidays are really getting crazy. The holidays are pretty intense. Jesus. This guy in Australia, they shot up a Hanukkah parade. That's not going to be helpful to the dialogue. This is a really bad time right now. Really bad Monday. Jesus. One of the most troubling things, I think one of the most troubling things to think is that, the father and son who shot up the beach in Australia, they probably had a better relationship than Rob Reiner and his kid. They probably were closer and more bonded than Rob Reiner and his kid. I mean, I think the story is like when that Muslim guy tried to take the gun from one of the shooters, that the father or the son, he shot the guy who attacked his father. Look, how close were they? How beautiful is that? If only Rob Reiner and his son had a dynamic like that. If only. Jesus Christ. No, this is all bananas. I'm really overwhelmed. Not sure what to do about anything. Gosh, I mean, it's just, you know what? This is what it is. This is the take I'm going to take. It's all a ruse. No, this is all a psyop fake time. Everything that's happened this weekend were lies. I don't believe in any of it. It never really happened. Not like how they say it. No one believes anything anymore. I'm hearing all kinds of just nonsense out there about every fucking event. It's just, dude, I don't know what happened to America. I don't know what happened to us. We're a little hyper aware of the false flag. Okay, we're a little hyper aware. We're kind of looking at a lot of things like that may be, I don't know. Just, and who can blame us? 9/11, Gulf of Tonkin, October 7th. I'm kidding. No, I'm going to we're going to do our first segment right now after this interesting beginning. I hope you really liked that comedy. I did try it out twice before I did this podcast, and they did not go well. Those sets did not go well. But really, no, on to my first segment. We're playing Candace O's, baby. We're going to do more Candace today. And I only get to be so on top of the issues, the things of what's going on. I mean, this bitch, she be doing shit. Okay, there's a lot of other things happen in the world, but, we're going to look at Candace, and this is where I'm at with it. Supposedly these two perfume bottles that came to life, Erica Kirk and Candace Owens, they met, talked it out, and it was productive or something. And what do I have to add to it? I mean, I'm glad to be here. Okay, I understand that Candace and Erica talking, I probably don't have a position inside this conversation. I mean, they're two women talking. Typically, I would ignore that. Typically, I wouldn't be interested in two women talking to each other. But, what's this podcast about? I mean, what this podcast is about is really, it's about fighting the pedophilic oligarchical Satanists. Is that what this podcast is about? Yep, that's what we're doing. That's just my whole mission. My whole mission is to stop the pedophilic oligarchical Satanists. Only reason I'm here. Am I doing it so far? How does that Rob Reiner story fit in? No, really. It is part of the story, this meeting with Candace and Erica. It's all part of the story, about that group of people, okay? I mean, killing Charlie Kirk, Israel and Gaza, Jeffrey Epstein, JFK, aliens, the destruction of the family unit, a la Robbie. No, this is all part of the story. So, these two broads meeting, may not be the most interesting part, okay? I mean, the Law and Order episode may not be hitting quite yet, but I do, it is interesting. I'm not exactly going to cover it. I do think that, if, they did have this meeting, what would I have wanted Candace to bring up? It's too late to add to it, but I would have liked for her to bring up one of those lists she made. With the lists, what I'm talking about with the lists? The Candace got this list of lies, a big lie list. Candace with the lie list. Yeah, she I don't know how many episodes ago. She releases so many. There's so many episodes. I can't be there for all of them, can I? But this is the one I watched. She summarized her investigation. Why did I put air quotes around that? Yeah, she surmised her investigation and came up with a list, and I'd like to talk about it. So please play Candace. Let's forget about Robbie, huh?
I've reviewed these lists that we've put together, and I can't find the lie. Okay, the lies that I find are coming out of Turning Point USA. Okay, and here are some of those lies. Mikey had blood all over him. Okay, Mikey has offered that his dad was confused. I'll accept that. Well, I didn't lie about that. Rob McCoy lied. His father also said he called his father first. Maybe Rob McCoy was confused. Mikey being a hero for walking away doesn't feel honest. Charlie's neck stopping a 30-06 bullet because he ate healthy and had strong bones. It was a modern day Christian miracle. That feels like a pretty big lie, okay? Charlie never wavered in his support for Israel was a nasty lie. Maybe Barry went on prep. Like, what do you want to say to the people that literally lied about what Charlie was living through in the last weeks of his life? Stop, Josh Hammer. Stop, Bibi Netanyahu. No, I'm sorry. Barry Weiss is here. We're not going to get to that. Charlie was a committed evangelical who only liked Catholic architecture. Did I lie about that? Nope. Turning Point USA lied about that, and I was attacked for telling me. I'm attacked for catching the lies. We'll get to that later. That's their new method. Ben Shapiro bad they never had any bad blood between them. I proved that was not true. Again, that also came from a little PR. Alex Clark pulling that move. Next page, Terrell Farnsworth was told to remove that SD card by police. That was not true. Terrell Farnsworth personally told me that was not true. Terrell removed the SD cards because people were stealing hats. Again, not what Terrell Farnsworth himself told me, and also doesn't make any logical sense because if you were worried about theft, you would have taken the cameras and not just the SD card, particularly from the camera behind his head, as opposed to the cameras that were in front of him. Lie. Charlie established a Doge and it was not unusual. That's a lie. It was unusual. Doge didn't even exist prior to Elon Musk making that a thing about government accountability. Charlie Kirk's team did not fly drones. Major lie. Brian Harpole told that lie. Brian Harpole also told a major lie when he said that the security had communicated with UVU police to secure those rooftops. That was a lie. It was actually the walkway behind. What am I getting here? What have I done here in this presentation that I lied about? Have I made mistakes along the way? Yes, I'm not perfect, and I will always adjust those mistakes. So I'm asking you to tell me what I lied about.
Candace, talking about lies, the lies. Now, I mean, so what? They're lying. So what? Aren't we all lying? Isn't lying a way of life we've all adapted to at this point? No, I mean, come on. You want to catch someone in a lie? Go ahead, try. I mean, yeah, maybe you could find 10 lies and about the 20,000 they told this week. Okay. Let me talk about lying for a second. Let me just attempt to defend liars, defend lying. I think that this is a nice point of view that someone should hear. I'll say it myself. I am a liar. I confess. I'm a real liar. I'm the kind of liar that could be lying about lying. I'm that capable. No, I mean, think about it. I work as a process server for my day job. All right, I've worked in the service industry before. I'm a born liar. I went to a Christian high school at a time that I did not believe in God. I lie. I know how to lie. Okay, I have interpersonal problems that I refuse to talk about. I lie about things. I lie. Honestly, I kind of can't help myself sometimes. I'm like one of those people that, just lies as an outburst, who just all of a sudden out of nowhere for no reason just fucking throws out a lie. Didn't even need to. I just do it. No, when I lie, I feel possessed. I feel like it comes out of me and I have no control. I'm constantly shocked by my own behavior. Really, I'm obviously mentally ill, possessed. I'm just like Nick Reiner. No, I'm possessed by the aliens, by meth, by bipolar disorder, the demons. That's the weed. The core part of my identity is why I lie, why I want to lie. I had to lie about smoking weed. That probably fucks me up. That probably fucks me up real bad. I can't help but lie sometimes. All right, so you're gonna get caught in them. What's the big deal? You lie, you lie sometimes, and you get caught. And what's the big deal? Why is this so important? Is it someone died? That happens. Okay, no. I mean, come on. They work at a Christian organization for the youth. This is like the den of lying. This is like the number one place where all lies happen. Okay, yeah. I called my dad first, but I don't really remember because I'm secretly on drugs. I work at TPUSA. I want to talk about homosexuals. Whatever. They're a college organization. At this point, they're whatever morals you think they're about, they're probably just like a safe place for straight kids. you're mad at TPS USA for lying. I mean, come on. I mean, what are they really doing over there? They're just, it's just an organization for people who don't want to hang out with furries and trans people. I mean, that's why Tyler Robinson killed him, because he wasn't included. He wasn't. I'm not saying that allegedly, by the way. Okay, Tyler Robinson did not allegedly kill anybody. I'll say it. Wait. I gotta clarify that. What I'm saying is he did it. I'll say it. What's wrong with saying it? Am I supposed to mean it when I say it? No, I'll say it emphatically. All right, I'll say it clearly. I'll say it without any legal precautions. I'll say it just leaving myself open to defamation. I'm ready for it. Okay, I'm here on a comedy podcast ready to defame. All right, Tyler Robinson 100% did it. He 100% did it. I defame Tyler Robinson before the trial. I've decided. Before the jury, I've decided. I'm very susceptible to a lawsuit right now. I know it, but I'm bored with what's going on. I want to, let's just admit it. Let's just say it. Someone take the line. Yeah, I mean, the lies. The one TP USA have tried to lie with. The ones, do I have to go over them? I think this podcast, I'm going to have to defend the lies. Actually, I think I will go down one by one, defending all the lies. I'm going to do my best and try and make up excuses and cover for the lies. This is a passion of mine, actually. Something I have a lot of experience in. No, I will come up with any reason. I will come up with anything. Just balls to the wall. No shame. I will come up with anything to defend a lie. Okay? I have been caught in lies before, and I know now. I know how to keep them going. I'm good for like 4 or 5 consecutive lies. Okay, I probably average 2 typically in any kind of lying situation. I lie twice and then I tell the truth on the third. Just to have an impact. Rule of threes. Just flying my pants. Doesn't matter. But if I'm focused and I got a little premeditation, if I know I'm gonna lie, I got like 5 lies to back them up. I got like 5 more lies. I can go down the line. Don't worry. I mean, come on. What's really happening? We're talking about lies as if they're bad. Come on. Who believes that? I mean, I know previously I have talked about lies and I've said that they're bad. I know I did that, but I was lying. This is the beauty. This is the true beauty of lying. Lying's beautiful. All right, peel the layers. Cover the psyche. Dude, lies can be lies. It's incredible. Being a liar can be like, even like the best idea. It can be a good idea. All right, like dude, for example, let's say you lie about something. All right, and any way to interpret it is wrong because it's a lie. That if you think anything specific about this thing, you're so far gone. And, when you finally get caught in the truth, reveal the truth, you can learn something about how people perceived you. You can discover your friends. You lie about not going somewhere, and then, it comes out that you really were just, you hate everybody and you didn't want to go. And then when you get caught in that, how people have, perceived your excuse, you really figure out how they consider you morally. It can help you predict the future. Lie about something. Learn something about someone else, predict the future, which will help you lie more. Lying is exciting. We talking about it like it's bad? We're talking about lying like it's bad. No. Lying is exciting. It's something to do. It's a lot of fun. And come on. I mean, I'm perpetually bored, and lying does keep me busy. No, I have a severe problem with lying, and whatever concept I'm talking about here that makes lying so enjoyable. It's really part of the reason I decided to pursue comedy because, it's the reason I decided to pursue and ultimately fail at comedy. It's, so I can channel whatever inclination I have to lie and, be untruthful, try to channel it and instead create jokes and comedy and have like a rich fantasy, imagination life. You know what I'm talking about? Other people, they channel it into their family or their relationships. I channel it into comedy. Whatever like line there is between creativity and lying and, being intelligent and working hard to, make things happen for yourself. And the urge to lie. It's complicated. Want to say it's that bad? You really want to say it's that bad? I mean, come on. Most people lie all the time. They lie to their family. Who doesn't lie to their family? Come on. Who would do that to their family and tell them the truth? That's crazy. You really want to hurt your family like that? You really want to hurt your family and tell them the truth? You're insane. No. Okay. Fine, I was kidding. I was lying. Lying is bad. Lying is bad. Do you hear me? Candace, do you hear me? Lying's bad. I'm sorry. Candace, can you hear me right now? No. I would love to have someone impersonate Candace Owens on this podcast. That'd be a lot of fun. No, it wouldn't. That's a bad idea. Don't think that. I don't know why I'm going down that line. No, I just, what's the point of what I'm saying? I just, I don't think lying is such a morally abhorrent thing. Okay. It's quite common, actually. My favorite show is the medical drama House, and everybody lies. Okay. I just, again, whatever line there is between, the necessity to cope and, pretend and use your imagination, if you lie for a second, is it really that bad? I mean, what's really bad is murdering your father in cold blood at their house in Brentwood. That's what's bad. Yeah, I'm repping lying right now. Repping it. Stand up for lying. Lying gets a bad rap, okay? You lie and people look down on you. That's not fair. Candace, I'm sorry. Candace, no. Yeah, Erica Kirk, actually, I'm going to say her name. I'm going to say her name like I have the right to. She told people to stop lying. Hypocrite. No, she told people to stop lying, and when she did that, I assume that includes me. I mean, I made it that way. No, I've been lying about the assassination for a long time now. I know Tyler Robinson did it. I've been lying about everything. No, and come on, why do I do that? Why do I lie? It's because I'm doing it for money and views and clicks. No, I don't give a shit. I actually don't care. I don't care about anything. I am playing a sick game right now for views and money. Okay, if I could make tens of dollars, then it'd all be worth it. No, I'm horrible. I'm a near psychopath. I'm going to stab my parents. I'm disturbed. No, dude, I only talk about Charlie Kirk for the money. Who believes me? Actually, I have no reverence whatsoever to the event. I'm sick with it. I'm wrong. I'm evil. No, I jerk off to the video. Let's admit everything right now. I'm done lying. I'm done. Let's admit everything. Sometimes I think about putting my dick in the hole. You thank God that 30-06 made such a tiny hole. Helps the fantasy that I have. Okay, that was the tops. Was that it? No, can't say anything worse than that. I think compare that to the things I said up top about Rob Reiner. Which one was worse? I'm really trying to be as evil and sick as possible right now. And I mean it. Bro, imagine profiting off of the things I just said. Yeah. Erica Kirk's mad about people profiting. Imagine me profiting from what I just said. Is that, yeah. Yeah, imagine profiting off of saying that you fantasize about putting your privates in a exsanguinating hole. Imagine the money. Imagine. Exsanguinating. That's not sure why I know that word. Whoop, boop. Whoop, boop. I'm evil. I'm a furry. I'm just like Tyler and his girlfriend, husband. I'm Five Nights at Gridley's, baby. Who wants to see that movie? What could I possibly... What am I doing? I'm supposed to go over the lies. That's what I said I would do. I would say I would go down the lies one by one. Okay, fine. Let's do it. Put it up. Put up the list of lies. We're going to talk about the lies that Candace is on and on about. All right, list is brought up. Look at it. Read it. You can read it for yourself. This is tiny. You should just bring it up on a second monitor, actually. Maybe bring out your phone. I understand how it's not helpful. You can't really read it like on my YouTube video. Maybe you can. You got a big TV? You playing me on a big one? Whatever. I don't know. I will just, come on. Before we get into it, though, obviously there's a perspective that maybe Candace Owens is some kind of insane narcissist. All right. She's maybe an insane narcissist who's just lying about everything in such a, effective way so she can just be famous and a popular person. If you think that, let me just say, go to her website and I think you'll get all the proof you need. Nope. No, talk about evidence. Look at Candace Owens' website. You think she's a narcissist? Yeah, it's just pictures of her face. It's kind of unsettling. I mean, dude, maybe it's like a girl, like I'm a model. Maybe it's all that kind of stuff. But it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. No, Candace Owens, she made a list. Look at it. You see the list? Yeah, she made a sandwich and then she made a list. Woman made a list. Got to go over it. Look at it. Yeah, I talk a little shit, and I don't mean it. I mean, I believe this list. I think it's a great list. It's like a recipe, sort of. Candace, this is the recipe to bring down the government. It's the first list of lies, actually. There's another list. How long is this podcast going to go for? No, and, I'm sure you're familiar with it, okay? I mean, if you're not familiar with it, stop this podcast, turn on Candace Owens, okay? If you're here watching me and you haven't caught up, you don't understand my movement. Okay, maybe I haven't watched him yet, but you have to. It's my movement. We're doing what I say, okay? My movement, what is my movement? My movement is where we latch on like a lamprey to whatever the popular podcasters are doing. Okay, it's my movement is where you suck like a leech to the anti-authoritative rhetoric. so as at the time of our choosing, we can cash in and toe the line for real power. That's my movement. Who's with me? Look at the list. You see the list? Yeah, look at the list. Look at the list. Now, what am I doing with this list? I'm kind of just going to say whatever I want. I'm probably going to defend it. I'm probably going to come up with better lies so Candace can be satisfied. Well, first lie, look at it. Mikey McCoy had blood all over him. It was actually a nosebleed. It's very dry air in Utah. No one talked about that. He got the blood on him later. He got Charlie's blood on him later when they were at the hospital. He was trying to give the dead body a big hug, and that's when he got the blood on him. Got the big hug. Got real close to the blood. And why did he have blood on him? He went back to the crime scene. He went back to the crime scene before it was paved over with concrete for some reason. He went back to the crime scene and slipped. He slipped in the blood. That's why he was covered with it. Yeah, and this lie is not even from the guy, right? It's from his dad. Dads lie about their son. They're just trying to gas him up. I mean, come on, the guy's a pastor. Pastors are always talking about blood. No wonder he's confused, all right? They're always like, the blood of the Lamb, the blood of Christ. My son had blood on him. Blood. He misspoke. Candace, not a big deal. You should step off. Yeah, no, defending the list right now. Mikey McCoy, he called his dad. He called his daddy. Call him daddy. He called his dad first. No, he called Erica first. Where am I on this? What do I know about this timeline? Is there a timeline out there? Can she bring that up? No. Did the guy call his dad first? Probably he brought up Instagram first. I mean, the addiction's real, right? An intense situation, just, it's baked in his brain, and he just automatically opens x.com. That's probably what happened. He didn't do anything on there, just the muscle memory. He just had the muscle memory, and he just, there's this big stressful event. He's just fumbling with his phone. He probably brought up Reddit. Did he call his dad? Did he call Erica? He probably brought up Reddit. All right, and then he hit home, back, swipe, and then, made whatever phone call. There's a video of him doing that? I don't know. Look it up. Come on. Pat. And this is, again, not even, we're lying about Mikey. Who's this Mikey guy? He's important? Is he important? Candace, have you already gone over that? And come on, have I even made fun of this graphic yet? I'm talking about the list. If you look at this fucking graphic that Candace has for this list, sweet PowerPoint slide, bitch. Sweet. Pink background. Classy. Brings me back to community college. Yeah, no, this is Candace. She's someone who works hard on the project and is excited to do the presentation. High school history class with Candace Owens. Remember that? We were just figuring out PowerPoint. What a beautiful time. No, this is probably best she's doing this, actually, with the PowerPoint. Everyone has a limited education out here. All right, this PowerPoint slide is probably appropriate. All right, we all see the PowerPoint slide at our shit jobs. We're going to understand this. Lie number 3. Am I going too fast? My pacing's a little off. I'm panicked. No, lie number 3. Mikey McCoy was a hero. Did I say his name right? McCoy? Now, there is a video of Mikey, and am I acknowledging this person? Am I going to go over why Candace thinks this guy is important? I mean, I'm trying to back up these lies, so I don't really know why I would do that. I don't know why I would investigate him. I'm trying to let him lie. Yeah, I don't really know anything about him. I'm a comedian, Kyle Roderick Gridley, who's obviously on one tonight, and I've never been exposed to his content. I don't know what's wrong with my algorithm. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it seems to me no one is making shorts of Mikey McCoy. And what's the problem? That's the problem. Not whatever he's doing after, who he is and why, okay? Yeah, the video. What is she referencing? She's referencing this video of Mikey that, after, the big kerfuffle. I'm going to call it a kerfuffle. After this big kerfuffle, he walks away. He walks away from the action, the shooting. And people are calling him a hero through the events, even though that during the shooting he walked away. And personally, I think that's heroic. I actually do that. I mean, what are you going to do? There's a shooting. You don't have a weapon. You're helpless. Walk away. Walk away. Save everybody. Save your family. Save yourself for your family. What do you want to do? Walk out of there calmly, too. You should got to walk out of there calmly. You don't want to cause a stampede. Keep yourself on the lookout. See what's actually going on. Walking away from violence is heroic. Everybody knows that. All right? Walk away from the fight. Be the bigger man. Walk away from an armed gunman. Did something happen recently where a guy actually stopped an armed gunman? Did something happen recently in Australia? Was that heroic? Who's am I going to play that video? No, I'm not. You've seen it. Yeah. Okay. Line number 3, Candace. Maybe you got a point, but only since this guy stopped the mass shooter in Australia. Only since that moment were you right about this one. Okay, line number 4. You see it? Am I doing any kind of effect in the video? Line number 4, Charlie's neck. Yeah, this one's getting good. This is the lie we want to talk about. Charlie's neck. This is one of the important lies, actually. I'm not sure how important Mikey McCoy is to the story. I'm not sure how important the McCoys are. Maybe the Hatfields are more important. What's going on with that? No, Charlie's neck. It stopped the bullet. Stopped the bullet. It's a miracle. Is a miracle a lie? Is a miracle a lie? I don't know, Catholic Candace. Is it? Don't get caught in that one. Don't get caught in that one. No, it could be true. Could be true. Miracles could be real. Miracles could be a real thing that actually happened. My mom swears to God that she, had a miracle. All right? And come on. It could be true. It could be true. Let us see the autopsy. Let us see the autopsy and a miracle. Okay? I want science to tell me there was a miracle. Yeah, we're never going to see that autopsy, by the way. I don't know why people are like, we're going to, even talking about it like you're ever going to see it. No, they never released the autopsy. All right? And maybe even for legit reasons because, I don't know if you remember, but like in the 70s, there were like a bunch of serial killers. And if you released the autopsy, made it a lot harder to catch them. So, yeah, I don't know. They made some rules. They made some rules about autopsy reports. And it's unfair. You're right. It's unfair. No, the only reason we have serial killers in the first place is because of the government. The government psyops, releasing chemicals in the air, lead poisoning, psychiatric meds. All right? So, therefore, we should get autopsies. Am I back on the other side now already? Man, I am moving fast this episode. Yeah, no, the lie. Charlie's neck. Yeah, it's another government psyop. Isn't it obvious? Magic bullet bullshit. More magic bullet bullshit. Okay, yeah, the government lying about everything. No chance. They're fucking, accredited with the county or whatever, coroners need to be. All right, yeah, it goes from serial killers to assassinations, and yeah, the voices are getting really loud in my head right now, and look, I'm just... I'm crazy. It's awfully, we're all off the rocker. This is why this list of lies is so fucking exciting and why I'm really into it. I mean, come on. I will believe in medical miracles once they're backed up by science. Is that too crazy to ask? Is that just, I want to see the autopsy. I know I'm not going to get it, but, I'm not important enough or whatever. Yeah, I mean... Maybe it could be true. Maybe it could be, dude, Charlie never smoked or drank. Imagine how strong and cool I would be if I never smoked and drank. Maybe how strong would I be? I'd be a lot stronger. Look at me. I'm like kind of built like him, right? Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing, Candace? Dismissing milk and strong bones? You're dismissing milk making strong bones. Dude, I wouldn't be so quick to do that. I wouldn't be so quick to do that. Milk makes strong bones. Everyone knows that's true. Okay, look, and if you're a guy who only ever drinks milk and water, which, seems, Charlie was only doing that, just milk and water, he could have some nice bones. He could have had some nice bones. I mean, dude, he took a vitamin one time, I heard. I heard that in the reporting that Charlie took a vitamin one time, made his bones real strong. Okay, whatever. I think Candace's next list also is going to talk about that. So we're gonna keep going off of that one. But more of the list. How many? There's 13 numbers on this. This is getting tired. You're playing me on 2x speed, right? I asked you to do that last podcast. Are you not following the show? No. Charlie number 5. Lie number 5 about Charlie. Charlie never wavered on his support for Israel. Okay? Yeah, he didn't do that. Charlie would have never followed the pack. Charlie would have never done what everyone else does. He would have been his own man. He would have, dude, just because everyone else turned on Israel doesn't mean Charlie would have. Okay? There are a few texts. Few texty texts. Thank God I can't read. Right? Yeah, look, there is a gracious angle. If we look at the texts, we believe they're true. There's a gracious angle that, technically Charlie never, flipped the switch or whatever that Rob Reiner movie is called. He never flipped the switch. He never actually changed support. Sure, he talked flippantly, but he did not abandon the cause. I mean, except for, whatever he said explicitly in text. And, no, look at those texts. Yeah, there's a motive. No, there's a motive. I've been watching a lot of Columbo lately. That's why I'm so disjointed. Watching a lot of Columbo, and that's a motive. And there's and one more thing. Actually, a lot more. There's so much of this show left. I'm insane. I don't know why I wrote all this. Lie number 6. I feel like I should do some kind of cool editing in between. Yeah, lie number 6. Charlie wasn't a motherfucking Catholic. That's a lie. Who cares? Candace, shut up. Shut up. Who cares about Charlie being Catholic or not? Even if people were lying about it, who fucking cares? Okay? We are not making this like a Protestant versus Catholic thing. We're not making this like a Judaism versus Catholic thing. Okay? Yes, maybe, by being Catholic, technically you're less of an Israel supporter. But, why are you even mentioning Catholicism? Everyone knows the Vatican is the most corrupt organization in the world. Okay? Why does anyone even believe in them? Why does anyone even support them? Candace, what are you doing? This is my real issue with Candace, okay? She is Catholic. She doesn't accept the Vatican is an insane place. Maybe she does. I haven't really listened to much of her. And, I don't know, anybody religious at this point believe in some kind of Orthodox church. I kind of lose my mind. Ever since we proved aliens were real, what are you doing? Okay, gods are obviously aliens. The Age of Disclosure is available on Amazon. Buy it. Okay, Israel worships aliens. Everyone knows that. Who cares? Who cares about being Catholic? Okay, aliens are real. I'm beyond this lie. Beyond it. Not even worried about it. Lie number 7. Charlie and Ben Shapiro, they never had any bad blood. Blood. That's an interesting word to use right there, Candace. No. They never had any bad blood. Okay, yeah, this is obviously a lie. Yeah, okay, fine, Candace, I believe you. Yeah, Ben Shapiro, honestly, probably hasn't gotten along with anybody since 2nd grade. No, we know what type Shapiro is. We know what type. Okay, he's the type of guy everyone puts up with. All right, just they put up with him, and at times he becomes completely intolerable, and then you create distance, you get some space, and then eventually, come back the next day, the next week, with a fresh attitude. You're not so fucking fed up with his bullshit. And sure, he's just the same guy, but he knows he's been shitty. But he refuses to change because for some reason he thinks his success is tied up with his personality quirks. We know the type, okay? And you talk to him, and he's nice. Sure, this time he's nice, but he does kind of seem to be holding back. Ben Shapiro, he's a lawyer. He's a lawyer. Very hard group of people to get along with. He probably had bad blood with everybody, doesn't he? Doesn't he have bad blood with everybody? I just, listen to his show, feel his likability. And I'm empathetic. Come on, listen to my show. I'm not likable. I know. Come on. And I have, I don't know if anybody likes me either. But some people are just like that. All right? Come on, I would know. He's a lawyer. I know lawyers. I'm a process server. Okay, lawyers are impossible people. They're very unlikable. But you can respect them. But that does mean there was bad blood. Does mean it. Okay. Candace, okay, I'm defending the lies. I'm going back on them. I have no outright perspective. That's probably true. Lie number 8. God, I'm really going through all of them, aren't I? Lie 8. Whew. Is this the next page? Man, I have to change the graphic in the editing bay? I gotta get on the timeline and put in the next page of the graphic? Yikes. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Watch me do it. Yeah, the guy who removed the SD cards, the cops told him to do it. That's not true. I would believe that's not true. I mean, come on. Cops don't tell anybody to do anything. All right? They never tell anybody to do anything besides get on the ground. Get on the ground. Put your hands up. Put your hands over there. No, cops, they never tell anybody anything. They keep secrets, actually. All right? They whack you in the head, shoot you once or twice. I mean, really how it works is you tell the cops things. I've been watching a lot of Columbo. Did I make that clear? Literally, like 4 seasons in 2 weeks. I play it while I work out. Yeah, the lie. The cops told this, girl to take the SD cards 10 minutes after the shooting. Sure. Yeah, and Candace spoke to that bitch. It's a girl. I hear it's a girl. I don't know. I guess that's tied up with, lie number 9. You can read it. Yeah, lie number 9. Some other bitch said that this bitch took the SD cards because they were stealing hats. Yeah, I mean, how could that be true? I mean, what are we so mad about her taking the SD cards for in the first place? What are we so mad about? I mean, I'm a tech guy. I film this thing. I'm a film guy. I'm a nerd, whatever. Look, whenever you're doing any kind of filming, you're always thinking about the SD cards. I have filmed a lot of things with a lot of nice equipment. Not right now. But I know I filmed a lot of stuff with very expensive, products. And, during any production, you're obsessed about the SD cards. It must have been a nightmare. It must have been a nightmare setup, a nightmare production. Okay, and, when things go bad in a production, got to save the SD cards. First move. I don't care what happened. I don't care that your guy got shot. Save the SD cards. Everybody knows that. Look, personal story. I have a friend. I have a photographer, all right? And one time he was on a scooter carrying his camera with his SD cards, and he hit a pothole, and he was falling. And as he was falling, he turned his body to protect the SD cards. He turned his body and protected the SD cards with his face, and he just planted his face all over the pavement, and only to save the SD cards. Okay, I mean, honestly, lady at the event, I don't think she saved them fast enough. I actually don't think she saved them fast enough. All right, this is a production. This costs millions of dollars to do. Sure, the guy's dead, but that makes it even more important to get the SD cards. Why are you mad at her about that? It's a good thing she did. Don't put it on the list of lies, Candace. All right, dude, lie number 10. We're gonna keep doing this. Charlie establishing Doge was not unusual. Yeah, man. On the lie counter. Put it on the lie counter. How many things have I excused and how many things have I agreed that were a lie? No. Yeah, calling it Doge, I don't get it. There was some hot branding around that time. There's a hot branding around, the concept of Doge, when it created, we all believed in it. Remember that time we all believed in that thing? We were all believing that Elon, was going to, go into the government and find all the waste. It was kind of exciting. And, maybe that failed when he came out with that chainsaw. Maybe we stopped believing it that moment he came out with the chainsaw. But yeah, a regular audit. That's what we wanted out of Doge, right? That's what all we were asking for, just a regular, normal audit that maybe the federal government could for one-time pass. Maybe just calling it that was a branding thing. It was hot. It was hot at the time. It was probably all out of the shitty hype. There was some shitty hype around the concept of Doge, and maybe all Charlie really wanted was a normal audit. Like how we want the government to be audited one time. Just pass it one time, guys. Just one time. Okay? It's probably not that big of a deal. It's probably not that big of a deal calling it Doge, right? I mean, look, he wanted to brand the regular old audit after that insane plan by the South African billionaire who's became a victim of terrorism shortly after. Just wanted to catch a little hype, get people a little excited for a normal audit. Now I'm on TPS USA side with this one, right? Yeah. Lie number 11. Charlie Kirk's team did not fly drones. Obviously, they're just getting caught up in a technicality right there. Fly drones. I mean, yeah, maybe the security team is we weren't flying drones. We were flying unmanned airborne surveillance vehicles. They're not drones. Drones are the ones with the bombs. No, and the guns. We didn't have drones. We just had those little robots that fly. This is what I'm talking about. Where I'm good at lying. That's a great lie. That's you just caught up in a technicality. Technicality, baby. Yeah. Okay. Lie number 12. More security guard. It was on the Sean Ryan show that this list of lies got formed. So good luck watching those retards talk. Lie number 12. The security communicated with the police to take care of the rooftops. Now, when you consider that, here is a place that maybe, I don't have to come up with a lie. Maybe what I can say is that all these people just suck at their job. Yeah, what's that phrase? Why attribute malevolence to something you can contribute to incompetence? Is that the phrase? But you know what I'm talking about. I mean, come on. You think, dude, really think about it. You think that like cops and security people are the most like intelligent? You think the most intelligent, aware people go into security? No. The really smart, careful people go into finances and, not being a cop. It is not a smart thing to do to become a cop or private security. Okay, who really thinks that? I mean, most people who go to the military are like desperate morons. Am I alone in that? Am I alone saying that? No, the smart people are all political commentators and social influencers. Those are the smart people. We all know it. No, cops and security, they're low IQ. They're violent, lazy men. They're people who just want a paycheck for standing there most of the time. Oh, yeah, they'll do something when it matters. Come on. No, they were lazy. They messed up. Okay, they talked about doing something and just never did it. The rooftops? Yeah, no, I got it. No, dude, they were just being the boys. Just regular man stuff. Yeah, I got the roof. I got it. No, I got it on lock, bro. Dude, I'm a cop. I got it on lock. Don't worry. The roof. And then he's just out there just drinking a beer just in his fucking car. Whatever it was like. Whatever it was like. Yeah, and then, lucky lie 13. Is this the end of the list? Oh, boy. Yeah, the Egyptian planes following Charlie and Erica. Okay, I don't think I can get into that. I mean, I believe it. I believe it's true, but I don't want to talk about it because I'd like to live. No, I would like to live. I don't think I have an opinion on lie number 13. I don't want to know about the Egyptian planes, actually. As a comedian, I tap out. No, I tap out. Get me out. Tag me out. I don't want to do this one. I don't want to do this lie. I want to live. I don't want to talk about the Egyptians in the sky. Okay, honestly, I thought, I didn't even know Egyptians had planes. I just thought they, just used camels to travel everywhere. I thought all Egyptians just used camels. I didn't know they had planes. Do they have flying camels? Maybe I'd believe that more than I'd believe that they had planes. I mean, honestly, what do? They just float pyramids around? That's how Egyptians travel, just a giant floating pyramid, right? Okay, I'm going to talk about aliens again, aren't I? The triangles in the sky. No. Yeah, the FBI works directly with aliens. Yep. That's what I'm getting out of this list of lies. Agent Mulder, back me up. Scully, back me up. The people in charge of the FBI are the spearhead of demonic alien corruption. Thank you, Candace. I'm on the same page now. Okay, all right. That's the end of one list, but Candace has another list of lies. Can you believe it? Dude, how long is this podcast going to be? I'm getting tired. And it's my verbal acuity is not keeping up. Please, more Candace, more lies. Let's do it.
Why is there not this same energy also for the feds? Because they've told some lies. We've got a list of those too. We put that together. We would like some clarity. Again, Charlie being shot with a .30-06. The lover text messages mysteriously presented without any timestamps. Lying about how Tyler Robinson was arrested. They claim that he confessed and turned himself in. That's not what happened. That he said he was guilty. All of his, father said he was guilty. That's not what happened. Never revealed that Tyler Robinson was at the Dairy Queen following the assassination. He was throwing clothes away, as I presented to you guys, in the cemetery. That's problematic to the timeline. We'd like some clarity. That's an oddity. They said Tyler Robinson was arrested wearing a maroon shirt. That actually was also not true. They said Tyler Robinson was suicidal, but also turned himself in because he was afraid of being shot by police. Those two ideas seem to be running into each other. How can both of these things be true? Did he want to die or not want to die? Maybe there's an explanation. It's definitely odd. and the footage mysteriously missing of Tyler Robinson turning himself in. And then, of course, there's just like things that we can't get answers to, which is the Egyptian planes, tracking Charlie, following Erica throughout years. Instead, they're laughing at these things. So what am I lying about?
Candace going after the FB lie. FB lie, that's pretty good. Is that slander? No. I would really like to coin FB lie right now. That's a good one, right? Am I crazy? The Candace Intelligence Agency. What about the FB lie? I'm coming up with real gold here. No, I'm gonna dominate the merch game real soon. I could be rich already with all my ideas. Candace, please stop talking about the Egyptian planes. I don't want to talk about them. I think that's really dangerous. I think we're all gonna die because of them. That's my feeling. Bring up the list. Is the list already up? Maybe I already put it. Dude, we're gonna go through this list too, bro. Play me at 2x speed. This is getting heavy. Yeah, man. Lie number 1, the motherfucking gun. Yeah, I've seen some videos on YouTube and Instagram and other platforms, and people are out there trying to like fucking myth bust this shit. They're like doing fucking Discovery Channel Mythbusters with the Charlie Kirk assassination, and just video after video with beret after beret and mustache, just pair of glasses after pair of glasses, just taking out the dummies, getting the guns. I've seen people like, use different ammo, positions, angles. I mean, dude, this gun, they're using different kinds of guns. And like, I know the difference. I mean, I even know about this gun. What is this gun? Is it available in Counter-Strike? Maybe I would know if it was available in Counter-Strike, okay? Now, if the gun wasn't available as an option in 007 GoldenEye, I probably don't know about it, okay? But I have seen videos with these guns, and yeah, I mean, dude, it seems to me like fucking, Charlie's little face should have been blown out of his giant head. I think his face and body should have looked like a catcher's mitt. I swear to God, I'm watching these videos and I'm thinking about the gun and the bullet, and I swear, I think this motherfucker should have been like looking like, nearly headless Nick from Harry Potter. Play a clip of that, actually. Play a clip. This is not the right kind of content to play. Definitely going to get me kicked out of here. But look at this.
Like this.
The gun wound should have been a lot more like that. Holy fuck. Please nobody take Charlie's face and put it on that beautiful Monty Python hero. Please don't do that. Please. If I'm not doing it, you can't do it. Do not put Charlie's face on our beautiful, legendary comedian that will likely be stabbed by his son. Okay, this is a pretty funny podcast, isn't it? Yeah, no, dude, lie number 2. We're going to keep going. Lie, Fed slop lie number 2. No timestamps on his lover's texts. No timestamps. Important. Is that weird though? I know. I do sometimes notice that I'll be texting or talking with someone, and I'll send a few texts that they don't respond to. I'll send a few texts, I'll text like a half hour after the first one, and then an hour after the next one, and then I'll text again, and it's like, well, you're still not responding, so then I get really mad, and I say, something really long. And for some reason, like, it doesn't timestamp each one. Like, you'll send someone, a group of text over the course of the day that, again, they're refusing to respond to you for some reason, and I think it does mess with the timestamps a little bit. I'll be texting, like, some girl, and it's like, hey, what do you want for lunch? And then, they don't respond. And I'll be like, well, I just had a great lunch, and now I'm bringing home dinner. You want anything for dinner? Sorry you couldn't make it. And then I'll be and no responses. And I'll be like, where are you right now? And I go, I'm coming around. I'll be in the area. And then, I'll not get response again. I'll keep texting. I'll be like, are you with that fucking man right now? Why don't you love me? Why don't you love me? And for some reason, the timestamp, it'll be like, this all happened at 3:42 p.m. When I know for a fact 14 hours have elapsed. 14 hours and 13 minutes. Maybe the timestamps aren't that weird. Okay, lie number 3. How Tyler Robinson was arrested. Yeah, probably seems like we should look into that one. Is that a lie? I mean, I need to see the video. There's no video? I heard a video got released, but then I watched it and I didn't really see it. Man, I don't know. What's going on with that? Number 4, they never revealed that Tyler Robinson was inside of a Dairy Queen. Well, dude, why would you reveal that? Okay, you really want to give Dairy Queen that kind of free advertisement? You want to give that Dairy Queen a free advertisement? Everybody's gonna start going to Dairy Queen right now. They're gonna come out with a new Blizzard. The new Blizzard, because they have a really funny name. I can't really come up with it right now, but the Blizzard's gonna have a really funny name about the assassination. Come on, yeah, come to Dairy Queen. Really chills you out after a really stressful time. You can hang out here. They won't catch you here. You can come to a Dairy Queen and the police will not be here. No, dude, of course they didn't tell us about the Dairy Queen. I mean, this is what America does. This is more that classic, corrupt, like fake capitalistic bullshit, okay? All right, they were out there trying to give a food corporation a handout. Okay, they didn't want to mention that this killer showed up to a Dairy Queen and to save the stock price. That's fair. Isn't it fair? They're just trying to protect Dairy Queen's stock, Candace. You don't get that? This is how the economy works in this country. We lie and lie to protect stock prices. I don't know why you put it on a list. I don't know why you put it on a list with that hot PowerPoint. I don't get it. No. Lie number 5. Tyler was not arrested in a maroon shirt. No, it wasn't maroon. You're right, Candace. It wasn't maroon. It was covered in blood. He did it. He's the guy. Yeah, what is up with the maroon shirts? Candace is talking about maroon shirts, and there's some military operation connected with it, with the 10th whatever. Complicated story. I don't know. What is maroon? I mean, dude, Candace, maybe this is more woman bullshit. Only a woman would call a color maroon. They really call it that in the military? Dude, they are feminizing the government and the world, and are they're taking all the testosterone out of our men. They're out there in the military using the word maroon. The only time maroon should be used is when it's in reference to an island and, being shipwrecked. Why does the military have maroon shirts? Why just dark red? Was that not good? Is that not good? Okay. All right. Lie number 6. Lie number 6. Tyler Robinson flip-flopping about being suicidal. Okay, yes, saying he doesn't want to get shot by the cops and then, getting put on suicide watch. Now, hey, just as a guy living in the world, I actually understand this perspective, okay? Just as a person living in America, I do flip-flop a lot on killing myself. I do. I mean, in the morning, I wake up, I'm like, I'm going to do it. And then I eat lunch, and I'm like, maybe I could just, hang out for a little bit longer. And, yeah, some days flip-flopping around being suicidal, This is the current condition, actually, Candace. You think it's weird, but for the rest of us, it's an ongoing debate. I mean, throughout the day, just back and forth. Kill myself by hanging with the gun that I didn't use. I don't know. You go back and forth. I understand. I understand this line. Don't think it's that big of a deal. Here I am defending the Fed. Line number 7. The footage is missing from Tyler Robinson being turned in. There's the footage of him being arrested, and now this is the one turning himself in. And yeah, maybe we should get that. We should get that? Probably should get that. All right, I did it with the lists. I'm done with Candace's lists. I feel like I covered them pretty well. I feel like we all have new, exciting thoughts about them and new beliefs. I think I moved the needle. What's next? I gotta wrap up this podcast. But what's next? I have more. I have more of the show. No, I'm gonna talk about some real government stuff. Okay, yes, this is whatever we were just talking about, Fantasyland. But no, I'm gonna talk about some real classism. Finally, okay, I'm gonna live the name, have a grounded perspective, be a real person. Stop, talking so much shit. Okay. Yeah, I've been out there. I've been out there real far today, but I'm coming back right at the end. I'm going to stop talking about aliens, stop making petty jokes about death, and I'm going to talk about the NDAA. Do you know what that is? Does anyone know what it is? We're talking about Candace, but do you know what this is? It's the National Defense Authorization Act. Okay, they posted a list. There's a bunch of laws now. They made a laws for the budget. For the defense military industrial complex. They did it and no one's talking about it. They're fucking yapping about, whatever happened in Australia. They're yapping about, who's meeting who for 4.5 fucking hours, talking like ladies. I hope they drank tea. Hope they had a little tea time. No, the NDAA came out. And that is, dude, it's maybe the most important thing, most important topic in America. All right. And it just flew right by us. They fucking authorized it. They put it in. Yes, the budget for the Defense Department, they already did it. You missed it. Okay, and look, they put out the list, and it's insane, dude. Let's bring up this list. More lists. This is list podcast. List it. Listen to it. Listen to it. There you go. All right. NDAA. NDA. I need to not talk about this. Yeah, man. Just look at this list. We're scrolling through the whole fucking thing. Look how like indecipherable and stupid this list is. What did they write this on? What kind of PDF file is this? Yeah, the government's run by PDF files. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Dude? I mean, it's like a tiny screen. It looks like fucking coding for some reason. Dude, what's this computer? Dude, are they using some computer from the fucking 80s? What is this shit? I mean, it's just fucking pathetic. It's indecipherable. Maybe I'm going to talk about that a little bit more, but I'm like scrolling YouTube trying to find anything. So this is like a little show that I came across, and they were talking about the NDAA. Seemed to be the only guys doing it. I think Breaking Points did like a fucking 5-minute segment on it. But yeah, look at these guys talk about it, and let's just realize how serious this shit is.
So the compromised NDA came out. What that means is that the House and the Senate got together, the leadership from the two authorizing committees, and said, okay, let's smash our versions together, come out with something that's joint. We can get everyone to vote on this. Top line to me is the top line.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So authorizers had asked for a little bit more money than what the Pentagon asked for. Appropriators asked for a lot more money. Basically, they came down to about $8 billion more.
$8 billion and more cash for the Pentagon.
Exactly. Yeah. So why did that happen? Well, Valencina, who's our congressional reporter, actually talked with Adam Smith, who's the top Dem on the HASC, and about this on Saturday at the Reagan Forum. Let's hear what he had to say.
We are going to have a top line, but it will ultimately be dependent upon the appropriators, and as we all know, they have not yet determined the top line. So they will soon figure that out. We're going to put a marker out there that's like $8 billion above the president's budget. But we'll see. It'll depend on what the appropriators work out. Mostly we like to follow their money, but since they didn't put a number out there, we can't move our bill forward without having a number.
So yeah, $8 billion more, but as you heard, the appropriators have to sign on to this now.
Yeah, and this is the appropriators always like to remind the authorizers that they get to suggest dollar amounts, but ultimately appropriators get to actually pick them. So we'll see. Again, the appropriators wanted a lot more money than the Pentagon did. This seems to me like likely a compromise that the appropriators will accept. I think that's why the authorizers picked that number.
Sure.
We'll have to see how that shakes out. The other thing that's important about this NDA is what's not in there, and that's stuff not related to defense. Really.
Right. They seem to make this fairly focused, at least as far as NDAs go.
Yeah, because the NDA is considered a must-pass bill, and so sometimes you get a White House that says, hey, let's throw some riders on there because that's stuff we want to get through. There have been a push for a couple of things that were not related to defense from the White House, reportedly, over the last couple of days, but those ultimately did not get in. It looks like a fairly clean NDA. I'm expecting it to get passed fairly easily sometime in the coming weeks.
And as far as what's in it, it's just a 3,000-page bill. So, we are still kind of digging into it. Our reporters are pulling out the most newsy aspects. Go to breakingdefense.com. You'll find more.
Okay, thank God they haven't passed it yet. Okay, thank God. Maybe I was just lying to sound exciting. But okay, they haven't passed it. We still got time. We still have time to focus, everybody. 3,000 pages. We can find the time, can't we, guys? Yeah, I mean, hey man, follow their program for Christ's sake. See if they can sum it up for you. I mean, we just need to focus a lot more on this. I mean, I got really panicked for a second, but now my priorities, now that I've realized I have time, I can organize myself and my life to really give a fucking flying fuck about the NDAA. I mean, Jesus, 3,000 pages. I just want to find out where they pay for the aliens. I just want to find the money that we spend on alien research. That's all I want to find. 3,000 pages? Oh man, and just watching these, watching these Congress people. Can you really, talking about the numbers, the appropriators, the appraisers? What is all these names? I mean, thank God for the bureaucratic system because this bill isn't passed yet, but they must pass it. Literally, this is like one of the few bills that Congress ever even votes on anymore. All right, you care about? Yeah, we're supposed to hold Congress accountable for their votes. Remember that? Are we supposed to do that? Well, this is one of them. One of the very few ones. Just needs a lot more attention. And now that I have time to talk about it, maybe maybe I can actually hold off, spend a few weeks next week. Gonna have to be really soon. I'll go through it myself. Yeah, I'll go through it myself. I'll find the good things. I'm probably just gonna look at their website. And what I'm gonna come back with is the stuff that they obviously use to figure out alien tech. Okay? That's my mission. Rose-colored classist. My mission is about aliens. No, I mean, come on, guys. You care about your taxes. This is it. All right? This is it. This is the moment. You care about what, everyone's always on about. The biggest issue in America is the fucking military-industrial complex. All the money we spend there. I mean, yeah, man, it's the biggest part of the budget. Besides the money we pay to the banks to service our debt, okay. No, I mean, we're spending all this money. It's like $8 billion more. $8 billion more than they asked for. They're asking for more money. They're asking for more money in the budget, and then that guy that they're also supposed to talk to is also asking for more. What is going on, baby? Look through the list. I mean, who's my congressman? I looked him up a few weeks ago, but some guy. I never met him, never heard of him. Have you ever heard of that guy talking? Have you ever heard of that guy in Washington? This is, he's probably representing some mad fuck, methed out, about to stab their father, rural town. You gonna believe in that guy? No, fucking spend the time researching yourself. All right, NDAA. Consider it, get it into your lexicon. I'd like for, smarter, better, more serious people to cover it. I haven't heard nothing about it, And yeah, I guess maybe it's not the most important thing right now, but yeah, they're going to vote on it. This is it. The federal government's going to vote. Remember, dude, this is, bro, this never happens. Pay attention. Okay. All right. Last segment. I got to do it. I got to wrap it up. Last segment. It's 10:30 p.m. What time did I start this? Last segment. Again, I said that I would be covering the California governor race 2026. I'm real interested in it. I mean, this is mine. This is the most important election California will ever have in my life. I'll be 32. I'll be 32 after the vote. And if this one doesn't go right, I mean, am I going to stay? Who knows? Who knows? I love California, but, there's other places to live. And if I don't like this governor, oh no. Who's this guy? I'm going to show you, I'm going to introduce you to somebody. God forbid I've played him on the podcast before. I mean, he's the most unmemorable person. I mean, dude. Yeah, here's another competitor, guys. Last week we did Eric Swalwell. Swallowswell. Yeah, and today just another charming character. Yeah, let's give airtime to another competitor. All right, equal time for everybody. Remember that when that was a law? Is it still? No. Meet possibly your new governor, Tom Steyer.
The richest people in America think that they earned everything themselves. Bullshit, man. That's so ridiculous. There's a reason everybody comes here to start businesses, because this is the place that invents the future. I never want to lose that spark. I'm Tom Steyer. I wanted to build a business here. Now it's worth billions of dollars. And I walked away from it because I wanted to give back to California. I've taken on the out-of-state corporations that refuse to pay their California taxes. I've taken on the oil companies. I've taken on the tobacco companies. We've raised billions of dollars for Californian citizens without charging Californian citizens a nickel. Every day I was judged by numbers. So let's get down to brass tacks. Californians deserve a life they can afford. But the Californians who make this state run are being run over by the cost of living. We need to get back to basics. And that means making corporations pay their fair share again. Californians deserve the top 10 education state. They deserve to be able to afford to live in a decent house. I will launch the largest drive to build homes that you can afford in the history of California. We have the second highest electricity rates in the country. If we break up the monopolistic power of utilities, we're going to unleash a complete wave of innovation and drop our sky-high energy prices. This is about disrupting the way people think so we can get a completely different and much better outcome for the people of California.
I'm saying we have a broken government. It's been bought by corporations, and my question is, who do you think is going to change that?
Sacramento politicians are afraid to change up this system. I'm not. They're going to hate this. Bring it on. I'm Tom Steyer, and I'm running for governor.
Wow, what a commercial, Tommy. What a commercial. You use After Effects? Who put the graphics up like that? Incredible work. How much did it cost? Yeah, Tom Steyer, a banker. Tom Steyer's a banker who financially backed every major candidate for the last, 20 years? Yes, this is what we need. This is what we need, a banker in charge of California. Oh, yeah, if only we could have a banker in charge of this fucking place. Yes, a banker who donated millions of dollars to Hillary Clinton. Can we do that? Yeah, well, let's more of that, please. More of that. Yeah. I mean, pretty big episode today. I obviously am out of it, but this is, I'm just here to show you another empty fucking suit. All right, pretend reformer, eventual winner. This is the problem. I don't know about this guy. He's a billionaire banker, been with the Dems since day one. And what are you expecting? Yeah, I mean, talking about the issues. Yes, rich people are going to get taxed. What about me? Yeah, I mean, Gavin Newsom has some nice lines about California being, in terms of taxes, the nicest to people who make, less money. That it's regressive, some aggressive, some kind of regress, something. Regressive, is that right? And that's nice. And I'm sure Tommy Sty in my eye, I'm sure he'd do a lot of the same stuff. Is California doing real good? Is it? From a Californian, I mean, I've talked good about it before, but, talking about housing. Thank you. I paid $2,000. It's unsustainable. All right. How many hours did I spend to make this dog shit podcast? I'm not, effective time this is a joke. I need an $800 apartment ASAP. Are you going to do that? How are you going to do it? With all your banking connections? I mean, dude, if you make a bunch of money, making these fucking buildings, $800 a pop, and they, big as this. I have a nice gig, studio, kitchen. All right, it's okay in here. I like it. I can set up a podcast. Yeah, if you're gonna do that, then you're my guy. You're my guy. How you gonna do it? I'm so scared. This is what I'm really serious about. I mean, yeah, sure, he's talking about the electricity bill and the affordability. But, for whatever attitude or, financial philosophy you come at these problems, I mean, I'm real, it's real sketch what you can do with the number one, 4 economy in the world. All right. I'm working my ass off in this state, and I'm contributing heavy to the GDP. Okay. You wouldn't even have lawyers without me. That's how important I am right now. Okay, and I'm living I'm show business chic. Okay, I bombed twice in front of 12 people today, trying to work out these Rob Reiner jokes. I have a lot invested in the idea of California. All right, and you're telling me that a banker is going to come in and run it? He's going to run it? I mean, you talk about Gavin all day. He's going to run for the president. Say. You talk about Gavin, and, he's some kind of businessman to politician, right? I mean, he had a bunch of restaurants and the winery. How did he get those things? Let's not look into it. And then, mayor, lieutenant governor. And, you could see that sort of lane. But isn't this guy's story basically the same thing? Tom Steyer's, isn't his story basically I'm a rich businessman, and then once I got rich I did the politics? I don't know, man. He's obviously not inspiring. Dude, okay, That video, I mean, you're probably paying video editors pretty well. And, I don't want to hurt the work for video editors right now. So I do want to limit the shit I talk about. I mean, yes, create the job, Tom. Create the job. Be the good guy and create the job. But, are you done banking? Are you done being a banker? Explain that whole world to us, please. Could you? That would really, as we go forward talking about the California governor race, I really want to pose questions that if they were to give the right answer, that's the vote. That's the vote. I mean, you answer my specific question, win the vote. A lot of time when these, politicians are talking, especially in some kind of empty, loser-ass commercial like this, who told him to do the profile? Who told him to do the profile shot? Who chose that B-roll? I don't know, editor. Maybe you don't. Maybe you should have given the job to someone who was more competent. Who did they use? That's the real question. What was I talking about? What was I saying? What was I saying? More of the same. And I don't know. I'm brutal. Yes, this is what I was talking about. Answering specific questions, posing specific questions to these, candidates, because this is really what it's about. I mean, because when they talk, whatever question they're answering is, typically some fucking canned line. All right, Erica and Barry working at the fucking table, figuring out what they're going to ask each other and what they're going to say, and that's not the way. That is not the way. I mean, come on. Here in the podcast, JRE, baby. Answer the cool, smart, questions from us. So, what I encourage you to do is come up with your own question. Your own specific question. And, start a podcast and start posing it. Yeah, man. You need to ask these people very specific, relevant things. Everyone's trying to generalize. Like, oh, how do you make more housing for everybody? No. How do you make more housing for me? For me. Personally. All right? You have to do something that I agree with, actually. I mean, come on. How many constructions do I have to look at in this fucking city and think to myself, I don't know. I don't think we wanted this. I don't think we needed this. Every comic nowadays is, doing some bit about how, the Waymo, no one asked for the Waymo. And this is the issue. You think you're, helping the economy, Mr. Banker guy, but, you're doing stuff that affects our daily lives. And I don't know, everyone's daily life is so odd and so specific. And, maybe once in a while, everyone experiences it, something like what you got going on. I've taken the bus. And, you just got to have your own question. I feel like these guys should be answering hundreds and hundreds of specific questions. Yeah, they have their own plans. That's sweet. That's nice. That's nice. You have your own plan, Governor? You have your own plan for the state? Okay, cool. All right, what about ours? What about mine? What about mine? Man, I gotta run. I gotta work for these guys at least. Maybe I'll just keep criticizing on the internet in front of, 42 people and a gun. Just 42 people, and hopefully, Nick Reiner. I hope my podcast gets to him in prison. Can I try that? I'm gonna send it to him. That ought to go well. Just trying to get my podcast out there. Okay, that was it. Holy shit. Incredible. Thank you so much. This is, I'm obviously out of my gourd. You know what? More about California. These are my knickknacks. These are my nicotine. Okay. I smoked when I was 18 when I started stand-up because I was trying to fit in. And, I got hopelessly addicted and then I quit. But then I got my DUI and I was in a horrible car accident and, I've been smoking. I've been on the butts ever since, on the nick ever since. I'm stressed. And this brand is getting banned in California. Knick-Knack is getting banned in California. They got to get some kind of, special license thing, prove to everybody that, these aren't for children. And, I'm insane about it. Very mad about it. And if you want my vote, whatever candidate wants my vote, make sure that these stay legal. All right? I'm a single issue voter. Bring the Knicks back. Bring the knickknacks back. Nicotine, baby. Why does the state hate it? Tom Steyer said he fought the tobacco companies for this. You fought him for this? All right. Yeah, man. I have so much fun. I have fun. I don't know about you, but I had a lot of fun. Like, subscribe, comment, get a knife, find my home, try and kill me. Find my overpriced apartment and murder me in it, please. I'm suicidal. Lie number 7. Man, I have no idea how that came out. I was excited to do it. Definitely, I need a partner on this podcast. Doing this solo is insane. All right, cut it, print it, get me out of here. Is there some Robert Reiner movie I can reference right now? Comment the reference I should have ended my podcast with, please. All right, meathead, more like meat dead. All right, that's not funny. I'm out of here.